What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Spiritual Rico, and we're back with another interesting topic. Before we get into the topic, if you're new to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I've recorded 43 videos prior to this one. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, there are going to be a lot of adversities and obstacles in life that you're not going to be able to have the strength and the perseverance to conquer. At least that's what we as people think. But there's going to come a time where you're going to realize that you're in a certain position for a reason. See, a lot of times we go through life thinking that everything is unfair and we don't understand why things are happening the way they are. Simply because we're not recognizing what was the purpose and what was the design of it. When you wake up in the morning, you actually allow yourself to be man enough or woman enough to stare in the mirror, be able to point out your flaws, be able to acknowledge where you started and where you're going. Or you could be a person that just looks at the mirror and just feel discomfort there. You have to be able to understand that the only person that's just going to bring you out of that situation is you. You're the only person who can put yourself in a position to be better or worse. You're the only person who controls the narrative, regardless of the input, regardless of the influences. You, as a person, have the decision to make when it comes to your life. We as people have to understand that things might not make sense when it's happening, but everything that God allowed, it happens for a reason. It's part of the process. It's a part of getting up, waking up, actually understanding that there's more to life than just living. Because if you allow yourself to put yourself in a position that takes you away from being your first focus, your top priority, you're going to allow and you're going to give people things, whatever it is that you put as your top priority. You're going to give them the power to alter your life for the better or worse. As a person, you have to learn to take accountability. Because accountability can save you from being your own nightmare. It could be the very thing that you need to make it out of the position that you're in. Stop putting the blame on everybody else. Stop asking yourself, why me? Because at the end of the day, a lot of stuff that we fall victim to be at the fault of our own selves. We as people have to understand and sit back and realize that not everything that we do is justifiable. Stop trying to find an excuse to justify your actions or what you was thinking. When you was in that position that you in, or you still in that position that you're in, it's your fault. You have to understand that many people go through war, but very few make it out. God never told you that the weapon wouldn't form, but he said it wouldn't prosper. And a lot of times we be the own weapon that prosper against our own selves. So when you look in the mirror, when you thinking about life, understand that you too could be the own weapon that prosper against you. Yes, I said it. So if you can't face that thing you see in the mirror every day, which is you, if you can't stand to look at yourself, if you can't stand to embrace who you are, then know whatever position that you are in life, you're there because you put yourself there. See, at the end of the day, we as people have a light. You could choose to let your light go shine bright, or you could allow something or someone else to steal that light from you. we have to start realizing that what we put ourselves through is not the end factor of what our life can be. What you put yourself through is not the end of your life. The position that you're in is not the end for you. Once you actually accept the fact that you too have a starting point and that you have things that you have to work and overcome, life gets simpler for you if you wanted to. You can't unlock the door that you're scared to face. You can't see something if you're not willing to see it. You can't overcome something that you ain't even put in the time or the energy to try to overcome. Everything that you're facing, everything that you're going through relies within you. Anything that you say you want, you haven't gotten that yet because you haven't put the necessary steps in play to actually become that, or to overcome that, or to be in a position where you're in a better state. Because at the end of the day, you have to follow the correct steps. You can't shortcut yourself, because when you shortcut yourself, you're only hurting yourself. You're only killing the process that you have to go through in order to become successful. You cannot beat anything thinking that you can play the safe game, because the same risk that you take that's putting you in the jeopardy that you're in, those are that same amount of energy that you took to take that bad risk. You need to take that same energy and direct it towards a good risk, so you can get up out that position you in. We just go leave it at that. It's time for prayer. Heavenly Father, I pray that you allow us to be able to take the risk that we need that could change our lives forever. I pray that you allow us to understand that the energies that we put into the bad can be used for the good, so that it's important that we stay steady and well rested within ourselves to learn ourselves so that we can overcome anything. I pray that you send us prosperity, abundance. I ask that you allow life to be a place where we could acknowledge it as a journey, and to be embraced about ourselves, so that anything that tries to consume us in life won't have a factor, even if it's there. I pray, Lord, that you give us clarity where we need it, strength where we don't have it, and blessings that you have stored up for us. I pray that you just reestablish yourself in our lives and allow us to come out of whatever storm that we put ourselves in. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. It's your boy Spiritual Rico. I'm out.